Hello everyone, welcome to my channel. Please subscribe and hit the bell icon. Bill and Luna take a second paternity test, and Hope asks a furious Finn to keep a secret from Steffy. In Forrester's design office, Hope flashes to kissing Finn, and his stunned reaction, she grimaces. Brooke walks in and says Hope for the future will be fine. Hope wants to believe that. Her mother assures her the Brooks' bedroom sales will cover the costs to keep her line going. She wonders if her daughter's distraction has anything to do with Finn. Hope says she's been doing a lot of soul-searching lately, and the example she's currently setting for Beth is not at all what she wants. Brooke asks if there's anything they need to talk about. Did something happen with Finn? At the Cliff House, Steffy thanks Finn for pouring her coffee. She'll need a few cups after the Brookfest yesterday. She then admits it went well. She spoke to Brooke, who actually assured her that she and Hope won't cause any problems for her. Finn says he has something to talk to her about, but Steffy asks if it can wait. She has to get to work. They kiss goodbye and she heads out. In Forrester's main office, Katie calls Bill to see if he's given any thought to another paternity test. Bill says he bought one but isn't sure how to broach it with Luna yet. Katie reminds him that after Poppy's arrest, he can't trust anything that woman says or does. Katie knows how much having a daughter means to him, but he should know for sure. She'll always care about him and what happens to him. Bill tells her how much her support means to him and promises to update her. Katie disconnects and Ridge walks in. She mentions Bill is having a rough time. Ridge asks, "Oh boy, what has he done now?" Katie says it's not what he's done, it's Poppy. She's been arrested. Ridge still thinks it could be Sheila. Katie can't understand why she's the only one seeing Poppy clearly. Bill could be living with a murderer. Ridge says it's clear she still cares about Bill. At Bill's place, Luna walks into the room and he can tell she didn't get any sleep. She talks about the nightmare of her mother being in jail. Bill doesn't want to make things worse, but given what's happened with her mother, they need to be absolutely sure. Luna asks, "Sure about what?" Bill pulls out the paternity test. Luna is taken aback as he explains that they need to be certain, and he's doing this as much for her as he is for himself. "I want you to be my daughter." Luna shrugs. "You're right." She understands and is open to do it. Bill says they should do it right away. Finn is getting ready for work at home when he pauses to text Hope. He tells her they need to talk and asks her to meet him at his office. In the design office, Brooke continues to probe if something happened with Hope and Finn. She wonders if her attraction is because of all of her frustration with Steffy. Hope doesn't know anything except that it's weighing on her. She goes home and thinks about the line, and Finn. She's stuck in a cycle she can't get out of, and spending time with Finn is the only thing that makes her feel like there might be someone out there for her. Brooke reminds her it can't be Finn. Hope knows that and blurts that he's been a good friend, and she hopes she hasn't ruined it. Before Brooke can grill her, Hope gets Finn's text and hustles out the door. At the hospital, Hope knocks on Finn's office door and enters. When she shuts the door behind her, he exclaims, "What the hell are you thinking, Hope?" At Bill's place, he prepares the test and sets a timer. "Oh, that's it. 2 stripes, you're my daughter, 1 stripe." Luna says, "I'm not." They wait and pace. In the main office, Brooke has joined Ridge and Katie, and is stunned to hear that Poppy's been arrested for murder. Steffy arrives and Katie explains that Poppy may be connected to the deaths at El Giardino. She explains her history with Tom and with drugs. She recounts that Chief Baker turned up with more evidence against her. Steffy exclaims that this is Luna's mother and Finn's aunt. In his office, Finn can't understand what Hope was thinking. "I am totally committed to and in love with my wife. What would possess you to cross that line?" Hope doesn't know what came over her, but he knows how she feels about him. Finn rolls his eyes and fumes that he's a married man, married to Steffy. Hope gasps that she is so incredibly sorry. In the main office, Brooke, Katie, Ridge, and Steffy debate whether Bill is Luna's father. Katie explains that she urged him to do another paternity test. She prays he listens to her. At Bill's place, he recaps that they have to be certain. Luna feels certain that he's her dad. Bill tells her that's exactly the result that he wants. She came into his life and it was the greatest surprise he could have hoped for. "I care about you, Luna. I have loved being your father. I want you to be my daughter." The Forrester Creations office was abuzz with the usual frenzy of fashion deadlines, fabric swatches, and the melodious hum of the sewing machines in the background. But today, a different tension lingered in the air, a tension that had little to do with hemlines and more with bloodlines. Luna stood by the window, gazing out at the Los Angeles skyline, her thoughts a chaotic whirlpool. It had been weeks since the first paternity test results had shaken the very foundation of her world. Bill Spencer, the ever-imposing titan of industry, had been revealed as her biological father, a truth that left her torn between disbelief and acceptance. The initial shock had worn off, but the uncertainty gnawed at her. What if the results were wrong? What if there had been a mistake, a mix-up in the lab? The thought had plagued her ever since the truth had come out. So when Bill suggested a second paternity test, Luna had agreed, albeit reluctantly. She wasn't sure if she could handle the emotional roller coaster of yet another round of results, but she knew she needed the certainty. As if on cue, Bill entered the office, his presence as commanding as ever. Dressed in his signature dark suit, he exuded power and control, yet there was an uncharacteristic softness in his eyes as he looked at Luna. He had come to care for her in a way he hadn't expected, and the possibility that she might not be his daughter after all had stirred something vulnerable in him, something he rarely allowed anyone to see. "Luna," he greeted her, his voice low and steady. "Are you ready for this?" She turned to face him, her heart pounding in her chest. "As ready as I'll ever be. I just need to know, Bill." He nodded, understanding the weight of her words. "We'll get the results this afternoon. Whatever happens, Luna, I want you to know that you have a place with me. Family isn't just about blood, it's about loyalty, trust, and standing by each other." Luna smiled faintly, appreciating his words even as uncertainty clouded her thoughts. "Thank you, Bill. That means more to me than you know." As they left the office together, heading to the clinic, a different kind of storm was brewing elsewhere in the city. At the Cliff House, Hope Logan was pacing back and forth in the living room, her mind racing with anxiety and desperation. She had done something impulsive, something reckless, and now she needed help. But she wasn't sure if the person she was about to ask would be willing to go along with her plan. Finn was in the kitchen, brewing a cup of coffee, completely unaware of the turmoil that was about to be unleashed. Hope bit her lip, hesitating as she watched him, but she knew she couldn't delay any longer. "Finn," she called out, her voice shaky. "Can we talk?" He looked up, sensing the tension in her voice. "Of course, Hope. What's going on?" She took a deep breath, trying to steady her nerves. I need your help with something, but it's not going to be easy, and it might put you in a difficult position with Steffy." Finn frowned, setting down his mug. "What is it?" "You know I'll do whatever I can to help, but if it involves Steffy, I need to be careful."